a man who grew up in this area, who comes from this area. He did his first triathlon in the mini tri in this area. He won the race, the champion of the 2019 IRONMAN Lake Placid. He's an American athlete that's got a lot of fans the world over. His name is Matt Russel, and guess what? He's called in. There he is, Matt Russel, IRONMAN Foundation athlete and superstar. How are you, my friend?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks for having me.
Matt, are you at your home in Florida right now? Is that where you are? Are you in Florida? And how are things going?
Yeah, I'm in Florida. Things are going as well as I can, and enjoying lots of family time. So that's the silver lining right now.
Oh, well, tell us about that. What is the family time like for you? How's everyone doing? How's your son doing? He's just turned 3, if I remember correctly. And how's your wife? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, everyone's good. Thanks for asking. So my son, yeah, he just turned 3 2 weeks ago, and I take him swimming 2 times a day most of the time. And he's actually a better swimmer than me. He can swim probably about 25 yards without stopping, and he's just a fish. So I've been he'll swim anywhere between 2 to 3 hours a day, and that's the main activity that we do. And actually, right before this, I took him to go for a little hike in the jungle here in Florida.
Oh, that's great. It's great to be able to spend time with family. It really, really is a gift. Florida having a tough time right now is one of our nation's hot spots. What does your training look like these days in terms of managing sort of your own safety and as well as keeping a focus on, staying fit and what goals are on your radar?
So right now, I'm not training full blown, but I feel like if there's a race 6 weeks away, I can get in shape to it, to get in enough shape to get ready for it. So I'm training about half of what I normally do, probably about 15 hours a week. I'm swimming. Thankfully, I'm able to still swim here. We have protocols that we have to stay, 6 feet away, but I'm swimming about 3 to 4 days a week. Probably running about 3 to 4 days a week or so, and cycling probably about the same. But yeah, about 12 to 15 hours right now. Still putting in some effort. It's definitely a lot in the pool. But yeah, just keeping the engine humming, but not necessarily putting it in overdrive yet. But yeah, I'm focusing on some shorter things such as like my 1 minute power on the bike, 5 minute power, 10 minute power on the bike. Those are things that I usually don't really focus on when I'm in the season. So I'm can push that threshold a little bit to hopefully get my FTP up. And those are kind of my short-term goals right now.
Okay, well, listen, that's great to share all that stuff. I think folks can take that to their own little program and have some motivation or targets. But what about your Hoka Ironman VR Pro Challenge experience back at VR12? I missed it. I was on vacation, but did you reflect on that? Did you love it? Did you love it a lot, or did you love it a whole lot?
It was going into it, I was definitely looking forward to it, to have a little bit of competition that kind of got me amped up. And with that said, it definitely didn't disappoint. I was the VR12 was the first 90K of Ironman World Championships, and I'll say this: it definitely got the heart rate up. I think I had an all-time like max heart rate for during that time. I can't remember what it was, but it was up there. It was like 165 beats per minute for 2 hours or something like that, which is higher than I've ever done. And it was kind of cool in the sense that I could kind of lay it all out on the bike, which as triathletes we don't necessarily do all the time. So I had some good competition, and it was tough, but it definitely kept me motivated to keep working on my cycling.
Well, Matt, I'm going to brag about you for just a second here, so bear with me. You're an Ironman Foundation Pro Ambassador. You've helped rebuild homes. You've built bikes for kids. You have supported the Team IMF athletes, and you even auctioned off your helmet from your win last year at Ironman Lake Placid as a fundraiser for the foundation. Tell us a little bit about what your service through sport, how that resonates with you, and what it means to you to be able to do these things.
I think it's kind of goes way back to it's in my blood. I mean, I was in 4-H growing up, and I remember doing lots of activities with the community as a young 4-H member, and like cleaning the roadside with trash, and it's just kind of trickled down into sport now. And to do something that sometimes triathlon can be considered sometimes a selfish sport a little bit, and I don't like to perceive it like that. I like to try to do things in the community. So, Ironman Foundation, there's lots of outlets and what we can do to give back, and just doing that, I think it's great, and hopefully to encourage others to do the same.
That's great, Matt. Thanks for all that you do. And now do something for these folks. You're very familiar with this course. You've won it. You started your triathlon journey there. Give some advice to folks that are tackling this 90K course, including Katrina Groman, who's churning it out right there at 53K. What are the thoughts? How can they do it better?
Thankfully they're just doing the 90K because that second 90K really gets to you. But yeah, the last probably 20, 30K are going to be a little bit uphill. So make sure to save just a little bit in the bank for that last little grind back into town, the last 20, 30K.
Super. Well, great words as always, and Matt, it's super to see you. Great to connect. Thanks for coming on our show. We'll say thank you, and we look forward to catching up with you in the future.
Thanks, Michael.